Marissa and Tyler, when you are in a marriage, you learn to be humble and gentle with one another, being patient with one another, bearing with each other in love, knowing that there is nothing that can separate the love that God has for you and the love that you have for one another. And so make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. And you will learn this throughout your lives together. You will learn how to keep peace with one another and how to love one another.
Tyler, Bean. Looking back on the first day we ever talked is kind of crazy to think about. I never would have guessed that every day since we'd slowly build the most unbreakable bond, and that you'd be the person I get to spend the rest of my life with, standing by your side. You're everything I'd ever hoped for, the one I only thought existed in my imagination. When you came into my life, I realized that what I had always thought was happiness couldn't compare to the joy loving you brought me. I could only hope you know that you are everything I could ever need on the good days and the bad. You give me reason to look forward to tomorrow, when stepping one foot in front of the other feels impossible.
One time you were just a beautiful cashier I looked at from customer service. When you messaged me at the Cavaliers game or put your lemon in a to-go box at Applebee's, I had no idea that would someday be my wife. I invited you over to meet my dog and to play Mario Kart, but I ended up with so much more than that. All right, we had our first kiss the day before you went to Puerto Rico. That kiss and you were all that I thought about for that entire week. I finally got to see you the day after you got back, and there hasn't been too many days I haven't seen you since. From getting lunch with you between classes, throwing Orbeez in the parking lot, to you lying to your parents about staying over at Lily's, then to moving minivan loads of your belongings to my apartment, going on trips to Florida and New York with you. I always wanted to spend every moment with you. You still make me swoon.
Wow.
No, that's not loud. Give me a spin.
Whoa.
Wow.
Sharp. Beautiful. You look lovely, honey.
Looks good.
You look very nice.
Who
Love
do you
you.
guys look very
We're sharp dressed men.
What does that look like?
Thank you for reaching for my hand when I feel lost, for holding my head high when I feel like giving up. My eyes see the sun because of you, and I hope I'm able to give you as much light as you've given me. You are a part of everything I think, do, and feel, and with you by my side, I feel like anything is possible. So I vow to you today and every day to always be there for you through anything life throws our way. I vow to always say what I think and to mean what I say. I vow to support you as you support me in any situation. I vow to you that we will always have our own voices and respect one another's opinions. I vow to love you in all your forms for now and forever. I vow to never make you question it. I don't take you, I ask you to be my husband, and in return I will be your wife.
I promise to be your best friend. I promise to make time for you. And I promise to love you every day for who you are, who you have been, and who you're going to become. I love you.
I will love you, I choose you, I choose me, and above all else, I choose us.
Marissa and Tyler, Debbie and I want you to know that we'll always be here for you. We'll always support you and offer you advice, although it might not be the best advice. But we love you and so happy for you too. We're so grateful to have you both in our lives, and I'm honored to celebrate your beginning the husband and wife.
You have declared your consent and vows before God and those who are before you. May God confirm your covenant and fill you with grace. Now that Tyler and Marissa have given themselves to each other by solemn vows, and with the joining of hands, the receiving and giving of rings, and the lighting of the unity candle, I announce to you that they are husband and wife, and I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Tyler Belay. You may kiss the bride.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Marissa and I met about 17 years ago when we had just started second grade. She pretty much stalked me in the bathroom. She was waiting for me to get out of the stall and just stared at me as I washed my hands, and then shyly walked over and asked me if I would be her friend. And it was a very awkward sure.
We got everything we need. Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world.
I think my favorite thing about our friendship is that we laugh well together. I don't think I've ever left your presence without laughing about something goofy we said or did together. And those memories just remind me of innocence and joy we found in simply being ourselves together. And I'm so glad that even after all this time, it's still what we do best. You are walking sunshine. It is quite impossible to leave any time spent with you without a smile on my face. And I'm so grateful to have you in my life and to have been raised with you.
On our skin, it's a brand new day. It's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
We met about 9 years ago as of this fall. We were both juniors in high school. I was getting out of high school in the fall time. It was around homecoming, and we were getting ready to go to a Pokemon regional championship for the trading card game. And that's how Tyler and I ended up meeting. But it was funny because my buddy texted me when I was getting out of school, and he said, "Hey, I'm inviting my other friend." And I was like, dude, first off, I don't want to meet somebody else. Second off, I don't want to share cards with somebody else. But little did I know it'd be Tyler. We'd hit it off that night. We'd become best friends. So, and then not much longer after that, Marissa came into Tyler's life, and she's been amazing to him ever since. We've always had a good time hanging out together, whether it's going out to the bars and drinking, playing board games, or a night in at the house. It's always a blast. I just like to do a toast to Tyler and Marissa. Cheers to them. Long lifetime full of happiness and marriage. Yep.